What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today you're catching me in my car as I'm in some serious city traffic driving towards the outside of the city so I can talk about two very interesting products for today's video. Both of them are from Tilta and they are a must if you're into cars and if you want to spice things up with your ground footage, especially if you're just like me and you want to not only rely on drones for all of your shots, but you want to mix things up and you want to incorporate a little bit of ground footage to make a very dynamic video. Those two tools are a must if you're serious about what you're doing. So the first product is called the Tilta Hydra Alien Mini. And what this product essentially is a suction cup mount for your Osmo Pocket 3. But the suction cup is the very interesting part of this product, in my opinion, because it's electronic. So it uses some very interesting sensors to detect the surface that is being put on. It's super strong, and as soon as it senses that the pressure is dropping, meaning that it's falling down from the surface that is being attached to, it pumps up automatically. So it makes it super impossible to fall down from the surface that it has been attached to, which is a great thing if you're using this on a car, which the majority of the users will be doing. And it's a very secure, nice, and a very high material type of product that I'm really a big fan of. You can see how this thing looks and how it operates. It's a very basic thing. You simply need to attach your Osmo Pocket 3 to the base of the Hydra Alien Mini, and from then on it's just a matter of using the suction cup properly to mount it to a surface like on a car. You just need to make sure that the car is clean so it sticks well to the surface of the car, and then you're good to go. You can just start tracking your subject from the car. You can use the Mimo app to change the subject or to make sure that your subject is framed properly, and you're going to get some great shots from the Osmo Pocket 3, which is a great camera. However, me being a little bit overkill sometimes, I wanted something a little bit more serious to use for my Sony ZV-E1, and so I can use my main camera, so I can attach different lenses, achieve different looks, have a little bit better looking cinematic footage, and just extract the most out of my camera. So this is where the Tilta articulating car mount comes into play. This is a huge beast of an accessory for your car. Has those giant suction cups that will make sure that your camera stays on your car no matter what, and you have the option to get this with the same electronic suction cups that you have on the Hydra Alien Mini, but mine is the regular one. It's just using those traditional suction cups, which I still think are great. If you want to spend a little bit more for those electronic cups, it's even better. So now the tricky part is when you want to use this articulating car mount, you have two options. You can just mount your camera on it and just use it as a traditional mount where you mount it in one position and your camera stays there and doesn't move at all. That way you can get some great inside shots from the car, or you can mount it on the hood of the car. You can get some very nice traditional shots. But again, me being a little bit overkill, I wanted to try out something else, and I wanted to actually attach my gimbal to this articulating car mount. And that's what I did. First, I got a V-mount battery, because this is needed for your gimbal to be powered on by. This is a battery that will power on the whole setup, so you don't have to use the handle of your gimbal. That way the center of the weight that you have on this whole contraption is a lot lower, So you remove the handle of your gimbal, you're basically removing the battery from it, and then you need to power on this whole setup by this V-mount battery with a cable that goes into the Ronin gimbal. I'll list all the things you need for that to work, because there are a couple of accessories that you will need if you want to do that. And then you can actually use your camera on a gimbal. So you can use any remote controller that you have for your gimbal. I'm using a PS4 controller. You can use something else. There are tons of different ways to control your gimbal from a distance. And you simply need to have an HDMI out so you can see what your camera is seeing from the car. And then you can use your remote to actually control the gimbal. That way you have a very fluid type of a setup that can move around. If you want to have a little bit more dynamic shots, you can do that. And now I want to actually show you how easy it is to mount this Tilta articulating car mount to your car and start rolling and shooting with it. Let's go. So here is the full setup of the Tilta articulating car mount. First, this is the mount itself. As you can see, it's quite large, very secure, very sturdy, and I'll show you everything you need to know about mounting your camera here. Starting out with the battery. This is the V-mount battery, like I said. It's now connected. The gimbal with the power plate goes here. And we need to make sure that we power it on with a D-tap connection. Now we can put the camera on. And I'll start thinking about where can I actually mount this so I can capture some interesting shots. So now that we have this whole setup mounted to the car, let me show you what it essentially is, how it works, and what you can do with it. The main part is just sticking those to the side of the car, and the surface has to be clean. Like I said, you need to pump those until you stop seeing the white line. Like here, you need to pump it. So those are not going anywhere. Now I've already put my gimbal on top. Here we have a power plate. This is the power plate from Tilta that you need to have so you can power on the gimbal from this giant V-mount battery. The V-mount battery is securely attached to this whole thing. If you want to remove it, just press here on the side. As you can see, we have the V-mount here, the V-mount on the back. That's it, it's not going anywhere. It's charged by USB-C or USB-A, whatever you want. And it's a huge battery, so it holds up for a very long time. Now those legs here on the Tilta articulating car mount, you can change them depending on which way you want to mount things. So I've put them one by one, very close to each other, so I can use that side of the car to mount. But it really depends how you want to mount them. You can move them here, here, or here, and just move everything around as you wish. You have mounting holes for different accessories, depending on what you need. Here we have the base plate that is super secure. You have a little mechanism here that you can rotate, and this is like a little apple that just goes around, so you can move that and just adjust it whichever way you want, so it's properly, leveled. Next we have the gimbal. Like I said, I've removed the battery side from the gimbal so you can power it on with this battery, so it can also change how much the gimbal sticks out. So this is much better now. We have the camera, which is the Sony ZV-E1 with a small rig cage for some additional accessories if needed, with a Tamron 28-75 lens and a VND from Polar Pro. This is the Mist edition from Peter McKinnon. This adds really nice glow and mist effect to your footage. It's a very tiny amount of mist, but it's making all the difference, trust me. And the next part is this monitor right here. this is how I see what the camera is seeing. I connect a very long HDMI cable to the side of the camera, and then I roll down the back window. I jump on the back seat and I have this in my lap. And the next thing I do is I turn on my iPhone, I go to the Ronin app, and then I connect my PS4 controller. You need to keep the app open so you can use the controller, so keep that in mind. So I just put this in my lap, and then I throw the phone next to me, opened on the Ronin app, so I can control my camera and I see everything that the camera is seeing, so I can do minor corrections, some tiny corrections, so you can really adjust and frame the subject properly. But that's it for my first couple of shots with this whole setup. This is what I used. I know it's not the most professional thing. Most people are running wireless systems so they can avoid using a cable back to the back seat, but it's not really a big deal for me. I just need to roll down the window and use that super long cable to have this in my lap. So this is the setup. This is how everything works. And this is what I used for my video that you saw in the intro. As you can see, guys, it's a very sturdy setup. It picks up a lot of attention. A lot of people are slowing down while driving to see what's going on because it's not something that you see every day, but super sturdy. It's not going anywhere. You might rip a panel out from your car before this thing actually falls out. So keep that in mind. Super secure, super sturdy. At first I was a bit more stressed about maybe losing my setup if it falls down, but nothing bad has happened, so I'm really quite happy with how this thing works. The only thing I'm not a big fan is that there's no real vibration absorbing mechanism. So besides the gimbal itself, which is quite nice, but still sometimes you can see a few vibrations here and there. But for the most part, most of the shots are really smooth and you can achieve some great things with this setup. I'll link it down below, all the different parts that I'm using. You can check them out in the description, but that's pretty much it from today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you already know what to do. Drop a like and subscribe for more videos like this one. This is Mike from Rule Supremacy. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.